Hey campers, George here, back in the banger. I was in the middle of a project and ran out of parts. So I went online and was looking to order some on Amazon or something, and I found this place I'm at right now, about 40 minutes from the cottage. Allegedly, they allow walk-ins. They have supplies you need to make a knife or repair a knife. Let's check it out. And here we are. So I went inside and spoke to the receptionist and told them what I'm looking for. She said, let me find somebody to help you. And he came out. I believe it's the owner. We were talking. This is about parts and things like that. This is very difficult because a lot of manufactured stuff is a mix of metric and standard. And he was just telling me, we were just swapping stories about that. And asked him if I could just show. It's basically a warehouse that is online. And they did give me a catalog. It's this one here. It'll have all the correct part numbers in it. And I'll put the info out there. But here's the warehouse. And he said, you can run around and have a look at parts. And we're going to do that quick. So they have basically anything to do with making knives. Look at this. Handle material. Pretty cool. And you can see there's boxes and boxes. I don't even know what half the stuff is. But he got me some pin material. He said, you wander around, have a look. Look at this Bakelite stuff. See those? Wow. Look at that. Canvas sheet. Isn't that like G10? Boxes. Oh, here we go. Look. G10. See? Got all different kinds. Burlap. There's black burlap. Look at that. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Wow. All sorts of things here. Look at this. It's very cool. Look at this wood. Oh. Wow. And look at this. Oak bill dyed block. Look at that. We got screws. Look at all these different screws. You name it, they got it. You want to fix something, these are the guys to be. They do say that they're the biggest online supplier for knives. Look at that. Is that cool or not? Wow. Could have some fun here. Now I asked him if they made knives, and he said, we make our own knives just for fun. We don't sell them, but we have all the blanks, and here you can see. Look at that. There's wood. Oyster knife. Ha! Look at those blanks. Kipard. Is that a butcher knife? Wow. Look at all this handle material. Good stuff. So, this is pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff here. I want to look through that catalog. Tubing. Oh, look at this. That's cool. Look at this. Look at that. Ooh. Look at that. He did say that most of their customers are fixed blade. So, a lot of the stuff they have is for fixed blade. Sheaths. They've got everything here. Yeah, basic slip joints. Huh. Books, books, books. Books. Blacksmithing for beginners. I know that they do sell for doing heat treating, all the stuff you need. Stainless steel rod. It's hard to pin, man. It's hard to pin. Brass rod. 16, all the different brass rod sizes. Look at that, blanks. Oh look, they have these things. See these? For your handles, screw together. Very cool. Very cool. The blanks, lots of blanks. Oh, look at that. Pocket clips. Oh. Wow. Man, I gotta look at the catalog. I gotta look through that. Everything you need. Apparently there's a community that they're involved in. Life dogs.
Yeah, so what exactly did you have in mind?
Well, just how it started.
Yeah, so the business USAKnifemaker.com, my father-in-law started it in 2006. Started in a garage, took over a basement, took over an outbuilding. And then I think about 2010, 2011, we had a small facility, about 4,000 square feet. Grew into a pretty sizable website. We skew about 10,000 total items between what we hold in the building.
Wow, that many, huh?
Yeah, between what we hold in the building and what we have on like drop ship programs,
right.
Stuff like that. And now it's warehoused at about a 13,000 square foot facility. 6-7 families all rely upon the business.
Right.
And so me and my wife are the second generation now. They've gotten to an age where they're enjoying retirement, and we're taking it over.
Have you always been in Minnesota?
Yes, the business started right here in Mankato.
Oh, it did?
Yeah,
okay. Cool.
Yep. It started there. Like I said, took over their house. Their first employee was a gal that was a housekeeper for them. The second employee was the daughter. The third employee was the son.
Isn't that the way it always is, right?
Yeah,
and look where you are now, right?
Yeah,
that's very cool.
Yeah, and we sell any supplies around making knives, forging in general, blacksmithing, and then we support. There's something called the the Midwest Knife Makers Guild.
Okay.
They do a few events here a year, and then we've talked with some other guilds and groups that want to kind of have an event here and stuff. So we get people that come in from all over the country that make knives. Or do Damascus building.
I would think that the majority of your customers are fixed blade, right?
Yeah, it's probably hobbyist level. When guys have done this for a long time, they don't really need supplies. They've stockpiled,
Right, yeah.
It's got a garage full of tools and materials. So most guys are. I want to learn how to make a hunting knife, or I want to learn how to make a kitchen knife. That's
cool.
That's where probably 80% of the journey starts. Other than that, some people that are in machining, they get into the side that handles more
blacksmithing as well.
Yeah, there too. Yeah, a lot of guys that get into knife making start out as farriers.
Heat treating the stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of that, a lot of guys are farriers first. That's there's money in farrying.
Right.
So, and then they move into this,
adapt, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But no, the folder market's there. It's a smaller portion. It takes more equipment, right?
Right.
You can
now,
make a knife.
Do you supply like furnace stuff? And
everything.
Everything.
Forges.
I'm sorry. I should have looked at the catalog.
Yeah.
But,
No, furnaces or forges, grinders, heat treating equipment, the small parts, the handle material, the steels, the basic steels from like a 1095, a 10 series tool steel, up to crazy particle metal technology.
All the
steels.
super
super steels.
Yeah.
Your L-Maxes, your M390s, the stuff that's $70 a pound.
Ooh.
Yeah. All of that stuff. From time to time, we've even had steel here from Japan. That's not as common of a thing, but for the most part, just about anything U.S. sourced wherever we can. As you was kind of talking with you, there's some things that just doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, for the most part, that's the goal. You'd be surprised just in the Minnesota area how many guys make knives, and it's a wide swath of types of people. I've met guys that come in here to shop that it makes sense, they're a welder or a fabricator,
right?
And then I'll also end up having a guy in here that's literally a podiatrist, and it's what him and his son do for fun on the weekends. I mean, it's soup to nuts. It really is.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me look around. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Now I know what sizes I need, and I got your catalog.
Yeah,
I might go.
Absolutely.
But I'm sure my subs, they love anything to do with knives, so I appreciate the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Very cool.
Cool.
Very
right.
cool.
Thanks,
Thank you.
man.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Okay. Nice guys, family owned right from scratch. Look at that. So, very cool. All right. I got what I need. I got to, and I'm going to head home, but I was thinking that on the way home, I'm going to stop at, I think it's called Red's Rock or something like that. It's on the way home. I want to have a look at what knives they got. These knives. Barons, look at that. Frost. Martini. Boca. Buck. There's a buck. Very cool. Some of the sharpening stuff. It's a buck 110.
Oh, well, you probably saw me talking.
Look at that. Browning.
Bert. Then you're spreading the weight out, but I kind of don't think there's fish worth that. But
Got some cool t-shirts. I'm thinking I need one. What do you think? They've been pretty good about it, so I think I'm going to get one.
The way of the world and economy right now, everybody's trying to figure out where to save a buck.
Wow. Look at these things.
I think I keep an optimism and
Very cool.
traction.
That's pretty cool. So there you go. That turned into a pretty cool visit. The guy that you saw there is the son-in-law of the original guy who started it, and he's taking over the business. They are pretty active in the community, not just, they're in Mankato. And this is something I notice a lot about Minnesota. People are very active in the community. They're active in the knife industry here. And apparently there's a lot of that. They belong to a guild. They gave me a card. And they were so nice about it. I bought one of their t-shirts. It was like $15. Nice t-shirts, nice and simple. Just says knife maker on it. Although I'm not a knife maker. And I have their catalog, and he said the catalog's not up to date. The parts and everything in it, your part numbers and that are up to date. The prices have changed. So at least now I know what I need, and I can work from what I have and off their thing. And they have everything. You heard him. They talk about everything. So pretty cool. We're gonna head home. We'll stop in Owatonna on the way, and I want to stop in there and at a antique mall there. I know they have knives. Been there before. I'm just gonna stop by and have a look again. and then we'll head on home, and hopefully I can finish my project. We arrived safely. Okay, we're here at Uncle Tom's Antique Mall and Rock Shop. I know they have knives, so let's have a look-see. So we're in Uncle Tom's Rock Shop. Very exciting. Gonna wander around. She said they have knives, and she showed me a couple of places, but let's have a look-see. This is an older store. Openers. And I've been here before. Bought a couple of knives here. It's a nice place. I like it. It's an older one, but they are fairly organized, so that's always a good thing. So I'll wander on and have a look. Might have to turn off the volume because there's music in the background. It is a pretty big store. I think they got like 20 something vendors. So. Oh, legs. See that? Leg knives. Look like Rough Riders, maybe. Razors. DCW. Oh, maybe that's the answer. All sorts of things. Lots of old stuff. Always a good thing. Rocks. It is a rock shop. Good one. Knives. Lots of knives. What's that? We've got a baller. $10. What's that? Switchblade. Huh. Oh, they got a bunch in here. Craftsman. Wow. Is that an electrician's knife? No. $80. What is it, a case? Yeah. We all know where that comes from, don't we? Ha! We got maps. Let's see if we can find. Look at that. Look what it says. That's an old one. Look at the names on this. Not even close. Let's look at this guy. Let's see what this is. Oh, Zimbabwe. Look at that. Went to high school in Gweru. See it? Useless information for you. Razors. I see a lot of razors here in these places. See them all? It's a pretty big store. Oh, a lot of stuff in here. A lot of stuff. Hot Wheels. And what is that? Oh, it's a razor. Tools. Lots of tools. Some old oilers. Lots of stuff. I think they have an upstairs here as well. Not sure. I wonder if they got some slim lines. Lots of lighters. Look at this. Craftsmen. Electricians. Straight blade. It's got the tool. Even got the bail on it. That normally disappears. Switchblade. Look at that. Press button, watch this. Now you can comb your hair. Ha! That's pretty cool. Single blade fish. Look at this Remington. Look at that thing. It's a beast. Look at the size of it. Look at the tan stamp. See, yeah. Gonna have to look that up. Open it. Okay. Look at this. Look at the blade. And it's in bamboo. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. How they twist it. And it fits into, it slides into the bamboo. That's very cool. There you are. Uncle Tom's Antique Mall and Rock Shop in Owatonna, Minnesota. And you can look them up if you're interested. They have a lot of stuff there. I'll put links below. I landed up buying two things. And I bought this Zippo Slim. I love these Slims. I've got a couple of them. And I got this knife. Can you see that? It's just a camper style knife. The blades and everything okay. It needs to be cleaned up. But it's something I don't have. It's a little unusual. It's really thin. It has 3 blades and a corkscrew and a Phillips head on it. So maybe we can restore it and fix it up and make a little sheath for it. And it'll be a nice little project. I don't have any of those, and I kind of like the shape of the handle. It's kind of elephant toe or whatever you want to call it. Let's go do projects at home. Hopefully. Okay. The banger got us home safe. Barely. Just made myself a cup of coffee and let's have a look, see what happened. Have to tell you a pleasant surprise. Like I said, I actually needed some pin steel. And I had run out because in the middle of the project I messed up. And it was the last of the pins that I had. And so I thought, well, now I've got to go online. And I went online and typed in knife making parts. These guys popped up. usa.knifemaker.com. And I was like, what's that? And then I realized they were in Minnesota. And they're an online sales store that offers anything and everything you need to make a knife, whether it's a folding knife, fixed blade, tools and everything. So I thought, I have to go down there. And it was in Mankato. It's about 40 minutes from me. I got there and it's basically just looks like a warehouse. And it had the sign above it. And lo and behold, the friendliest people you've ever seen. Typical, Minnesota people and family business. And I said, all I'm looking for is some rod that I can use to pin knives I'm putting together. And he said, sure, come on back. And we walked back there and I had taken one of the liners, so it had the hole sizes on it. And he said, let's have a look. And I went through and he said, it's really difficult to know what size you want. He went through and he found the size. He gave me the information. They gave me an invoice which showed the sizes on it. And he said, now you don't have to drive out here. You can just order the same thing. So, they have these actual paper catalogs, but he said everything is online. And I'll put the link below. And then I thought on the way back, I've been to a place on the way that I drive right past on the way home. Let's stop in and looked at it. And I went in there, of course, showed you around. It's at Red's Rock Shop or it's a mall. Just, one of those antique malls. And all I got was, I bought the Zippo. I love these Zippo lights. They are great. They're so different, so unusual. And this one's kind of beat up. It needs to be cleaned up and fixed. And, the label on it is a bit beat up. It says St. Joe's, Missouri. But we'll clean it up. You can see it here. And, it's got all the parts and whatnot in it. So that's a good thing. And then, of course, when I looked at it, I thought, that's very cool. And then I looked at the bottom. And you can see there, all it says is Zippo. There's no dating info. And this is a light. For those of you who don't know what the light is, it's a slim. It's slimmer than it's same height as a regular Zippo, but not as wide. And they originally designed them for ladies. and they wanted to get into the female market. So they came out with these. Very cool. I like them. And this one, like I said, just has a zipper, no dating on it. So I looked up the info, and yeah, it's a 1965 zipper. So very excited about that. The other thing I got was this guy. See this? Kind of unusual. The only reason I got it was it looked unusual. Now, it's a camper. Look at this guy. It's just about the size of a Camp King. But look at how thin it is. And I thought, I wonder who made this. They're out of England, I believe, because it says Sheffield. So an unusual one. It's a camper, a very basic one. It actually has a corkscrew. Oh, and I can't even pull that out. And the Phillips screwdriver. So you look there. Very cool, very different. What I like, the idea I like about this, obviously we want to clean it up as much as we can. Interesting that it was plated. If you look, you see that? It's peeling off there. So we'll just have to clean that up. There's nothing you can do about that. Get all the rust off. The blade, although it is pretty full, is pretty beat up. See that? It's been beat up. So we'll have to fix that somehow. These two, $20. So ahead of the game there. The parts that I bought at US Knife Maker, I just bought some rod, and they had a t-shirt, and they were so nice. They were such nice people. I was like, well, the rod was like $8, and I thought, well, I'll buy a t-shirt. Well worth it. Some interesting stuff there, and as you saw, they have everything. So, like I said, in the description below, if you guys fix knives or make your own knives or anything like that, you might want to check them out. Reasonably priced, and they have everything you need. You can see the catalog is huge, and it's got pictures, sizes, and like I said, the pricing is out of date on this one, but the part numbers are in there. But everything online is up to date. A good day. Out on the road, didn't spend a fortune, $40, and was worth it. Was a fun trip, and to meet those people and find out about them, they're part of it. You all be safe out there. Especially when you're on the road. Winter's here, Minnesota, that wasn't too bad today. It was windy, and it was about 12 degrees, which is not bad. But when we start to get snow and sleet, and the roads get a little iffy, so be careful out there. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. Pretty sure I'll be back. Yeah, I know I'll be back. I've got to finish that project. Got a bunch of projects going on that I have in mind. I've got my box full of projects here. Thanks for watching. Always appreciate it. We'll see you again soon.